Hello everyone, my name's Alex and I am a physiotherapist from Physiofunction, and I'm going to be taking this level 1 different strokes exercise class today. So level 1 classes are designed for individuals who may not have any movement in their affected arm or leg. It is a seated class, so there will be no standing at all in this class. Please note it is a requirement that you have someone there to assist you with exercises as needed. Okay, so this is week 1 in our endurance series. So we are going to be working on exercises to strengthen and work on your muscles endurance, so your stamina, okay, and your ability of your muscles to repeatedly contract and work. So this week we're going to be doing a lower body focus. So we're going to work firstly by doing a short warm-up. And then we're going to go into a circuit. So that's going to be a combination of exercises to get your heart rate up, to get your aerobic fitness going. And then we're also going to be doing some lower body strengthening exercises in between those. So it should be a good workout all round. We are then going to go into a short cool down. Lovely. So let's get started. So firstly, we are just going to do a march to get started. So I want you just to think about moving your legs as much as possible, okay? If you don't have much movement in your affected leg, I just want you to think about moving it, trying to get as much as you can. If you have absolutely nothing, then you could just focus on your unaffected side, okay? But just moving in whatever way you can, trying to get your body moving, your arms swinging, so you can hold your arms together in front, okay? You can hold your hands together or support your affected arm. Try and sit tall in your chair if you can, with your back away from the back of the chair, or alternatively, just with as little pressure through the back of your chair as possible. Really nice. So the idea here is we're just warming up our body and getting it ready for exercise. Fantastic. Lovely. Okay, let's do some heel strikes now. So opposite leg, alternating, heel down. So you're again just moving with whatever way you can. If you have some movement in your affected leg, you could just do part of the movement if that's all that's available to you. Okay, so you could always just practice lifting that side and tapping your alternate heel. It's whatever you have available. We're just thinking about moving, getting everything going and warm. We get a little bit of rotation going at your waist. Moving at your own pace. Good. Lovely. Relax your legs there. Hands together, or alternatively, you can support your forearm of your affected arm. You could have your assistant support your elbow and help guide this movement. We're going to reach our arms forward in front and then bring them back. Moving within your limits. If you have a lot of tightness in your arm, it might be that you can't stretch all the way out initially. So you're just working with whatever range you have available, not forcing anything, and working within your pain limits. Really nice. Lovely, guys. Forward and back. Good. Really nice. Let's do a couple more here. One more. Good. And we're going to put our hands on our right knee. We're going to turn to look over our right shoulder. Take a nice big breath here. Come back to the middle. Hands on the left knee. We're going to turn to look over your left shoulder. Really turn from your waist here. Sit nice and tall. Big breath in and out. Lovely. Back to the right. Hands on right knee. Turn to look over your right shoulder. Big breath in and out. Good. Hands to the left. On left knee, Turn to look over the left shoulder. Big breath in and out. Good. One more each way. Hands to the right. Turn to look over the right shoulder, twisting from your waist. Nice big breath here. Hands to the left. Turn to look over the left shoulder. Big breath in and out. And back to the middle. Hands on your knees, okay? We're gonna think about growing as tall as we can through our back. Imagine someone's got a hot air balloon tied to the top of your head and they're pulling you up into that lovely tall, good sitting posture. Think about drawing all these muscles in your tummy, so all around the side and the front, around your ribs, around your pelvis. Think about drawing it in together and back towards your spine. So really use those muscles to help support your sitting balance. And then I'm going to get you to relax. Reach your arms forward if you can. Drop your head if you choose. Feel that stretch along your upper back. Then sit nice and tall again. Shoulders wide. Okay, drawing everything in on your front body into your back body. Nice and tall. Round that back. Option to drop your head if that's comfortable. Feel the stretch along your upper back. Grow tall, back away from the chair if possible, shoulders wide, tummy muscles drawn in and back, long neck. One more, let's round your back, drop your head if you choose. Feel that stretch across your upper back. And then grow tall, squeeze your shoulders back, length through the spine, drawing everything in and back. And relax. Lovely. Okay, if we put our right leg out in front of us, you might need to move a little bit forward in your chair if possible. Okay, so from the side, this will look like this. Okay, so we're sitting a bit towards the front of the chair. Our right leg is straight, our left leg is bent. We are going to sit up here. We are going to lean forward a little bit and then back. Just little movements, keeping your back straight and back. Again, only move as far as you can balance. Okay, if this is really difficult for you, then you could just have your leg out as straight as you can in front. And I want you to think about just sitting tall in your chair until you feel a little bit of a stretch down the back of that leg and back, okay? And tall in your chair, option if you can lean a little bit forward. You could even have your foot up on a footstool if you'd like. Good, let's do one more. And back, okay, other leg straight, so straight as you can get it, sitting forwards a little bit if you can, or alternatively have your leg on a footstool, okay, and then you're trying to sit tall, lean forward if possible, and back. Lovely. Good. Let's do two more here. Feel that gentle stretch down the back of your leg. One more. And relax. Good. Let's do some big shoulder rolls backwards, up and back. Nice. Good. Few more. Fantastic. Okay, let's get started with our circuit. So, first exercise is going to be a cardiovascular exercise. So this one is designed to just get us moving, get our heart rate up a little bit, okay, get us a little bit out of puff. So it's really good for our aerobic fitness. We are going to do some marching. So again, like we did in the warm-up, you are going to try and move your effective side as much as possible, okay? Again, if you have no movement at all, you can just march your unaffected side. Try and get your body moving, get your arms swinging if you can. We are aiming on just creating some heat, getting, like I said, getting ourselves a little bit out of puff, okay? So I want you to sit nice and tall in your chair. We are going to aim to go for a minute, okay? I'm going to set my stopwatch. Ready, and off we go. So you are supporting your hands, okay? Getting your arms moving, twisting from your waist a little bit. I
idea is just to get your body moving. If you've got some movement in your arms, then we can swing them. Remember, you could hold them in front, you could cradle them if you've got limited movement. Or alternatively, you could let your affected arm rest and you could swing your unaffected arm if you have no movement at all or struggle with any shoulder pain in your affected side. Okay, it doesn't matter how big this movement is, we are just working on keeping yourself moving. So move at a pace where you can try to limit rest as much as possible. So that could be a lot slower, but if anything, to keep yourself moving, okay? The aim of the game here is to try and keep moving for the minute. Fantastic, and stop there. Good. Okay, first strength-based exercise. I'm going to get you, if you can, to have your feet together. Now, this is where your assistant is going to come in handy. I'm going to get your assistant to put their hands on the outside of your knees. Okay, so their hands will go here on the outside of your knees. I am then going to get you to try and push your knees apart into their hands and then come back together. You're going to push their hands apart, push your knees apart and back together. As the assistant, you are going to provide a bit of resistance. So the resistance, I want it to be so that the person doing the exercise is able to get some movement, but you're not just letting them get it easily. You're providing a bit of resistance. So something where they can move, but it's a challenge for them, basically. So we're going to go for 1 minute. So you get yourselves in position. So assistant, if you are, I would kneel in front if you're able to, okay? Just be wary that you're not bending over. So be aware of your back and your posture. Hands on the outside of the individual that's doing exercises. Knees. Okay, off we go. I'm going to provide my own. Push, 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 push. Relax back together. And again, we're going to push for 3 to 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And back. Fantastic. And again, push. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back in. Good. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back in. Really nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Really push those knees apart. Think about the movement coming from your bottom and your hips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Try and sit as tall as you can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. And relax there. Fantastic. Really nice exercise to get those hip and bottom muscles working. It's my watch talking to me again. Okay, now putting those muscles into action, we are going to do some side stepping. So I'm going to get you to try and alternate, stepping your legs side to side, thinking about the movement coming from your hip. Okay, we're staying nice and tall, body staying as still as possible. Again, think about drawing those tummy muscles in. Again, you're trying to move your affected side as much as possible. If you've got some movement but you can't quite step it, just do what you can, okay? If you've got no movement at all in your affected side, then you can focus on your unaffected leg. All right? So we're going to go for a minute. Ready, set, off we go. Side stepping. Doesn't have to be big here. Again, we are just thinking about moving our body. Again, if you want, you could add some punches. You want to make it a bit more cardio aerobic. Good, moving your own pace. Again, I want you just to think with this minute about keeping yourself moving. So find a pace that you can sustain for a minute. Really good. Lovely, guys. Keep it going. You've got 10 seconds. Keep moving. Really nice. Keep it going. Fantastic. And stop there. Lovely. Okay. Next one we're going to do is a strengthening exercise for these quadricep muscles. So see, these are the muscles down the front of your thighs. I want you to sit in nice posture again, back away from the chair if possible, drawing those tummy muscles in and back towards your spine. We're going to straighten out your unaffected leg to start with. Think about squeezing your thigh, pointing your toes to the ceiling and down. So we're going to do 30 seconds on each side. Working on this, lifting and straightening that knee, so heel to the ground if possible, and down. On your affected side, if you can, then we're going to do the same movement. Trying to straighten that knee, pick your heel up off the ground, squeezing those thighs, or you're just going to try and slide it forward and back. Okay, you might want to put a plastic bag underneath your foot to make the movement a bit easier, but just work with what you can. Again, if you don't have any movement at all, then you could focus on your unaffected side. But if you've got anything, I want you to really try and think about it. Even if not much movement happens, think about the exercise, okay? Think about the movement, try and get that connection with your muscles. Okay, off we go. Let's start unaffected legs, straightening, squeeze, and down. Straighten, squeeze that thigh, and down. Good, sit tall. Squeeze, and down. Good. Squeeze, and down. Do 2 more on this leg. Good, last one. And we're going to change. Squeeze, and down. Affected leg. Remember, we're doing the same movement, or we're sliding forward and back. Again, you can help as you need. Sliding forward and back. But remember, you're trying to get that leg to join in as much as it can. Try not to just do all the movement for it if you've got some activity in that leg. Good, let's do one more. Fantastic. Good. Back to marching again. Okay, so we're going to do our marching. Okay, ready? Get yourself nice and tall. Off we go. We're just trying to move for that minute, remember? Picking a pace that you can sustain. Fantastic. Really nice, everyone. Keep it going. Well done. You're doing great. Fantastic. Really nice. Keep it moving. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop. Fantastic. Okay, last exercise of our circuit. We're going to do a hamstring curl. So I want you, if you have movement in your affected leg, we are going to focus on this leg, okay? If you have no movement, then you could always focus on your unaffected, or we could do half on each. Up to you. If you've got something in your affected leg, I want you to really focus on this one. You might find it easier to pop a plastic bag underneath your foot to help with the movement, okay? But yeah, if you need to get a plastic bag, then please feel free to press pause to the video, go and grab it, and then pop it underneath your foot, okay? And then come back to it when you're ready. So we're going to go for 1 minute. We are working here on bending and sliding that foot back underneath this, squeezing those muscles at the back of your leg, and then coming back to the start. Okay? 1 minute. Off we go. Slide that leg back, squeeze the muscles behind your thigh, and then forward, assisting it if you need. Slide that leg back, squeeze the muscles behind your thigh, trying to get it back as far as you can. And relax. Remember, you're only moving with what you can. Slide it back, squeeze, and and relax. Good. And again, slide it back. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then relax. Good. And again, slide it back. Squeeze those thigh muscles and relax. Fantastic. And again, really squeeze and use those muscles at the back of your thigh. And relax. Good. Really feel that connection with these muscles here. Squeeze and slide. Good. And relax there. Lovely. Get yourselves a drink if you need one. We're going to go through these exercises one more time, okay? So what we might do is we might reduce the time this round to 45 seconds, purely because otherwise I think we might run over. But if you have time, what you could do is you could rewind, go back to the start and do this circuit from the start again, so you get 3 rounds. That would be great. But if you're joining with me, we're going to go for 45 seconds this round, okay? All the exercises again. Going to get my stopwatch ready. So we're starting with our marching again. So I want you to think about keeping yourself moving. So picking a pace that you can sustain. So we're going to go in 3, 2, 1, 45 seconds of marching. Again, picking that pace that you can maintain. Really nice. Lovely, guys. Doing ever so well. Pick that pace that you can maintain. You can go a little bit quicker, then try a bit quicker. Just keep your body moving. That's it. We've got 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop. Fabulous. Okay. Next exercise. This is the one where your assistant is going to help you. So we are pushing knees apart. Your assistant has their hands on the outside of your knees. We are pushing for 5 seconds. Okay. So remember, if you do need a little bit longer to rest between these exercises, then you're free to pause the video and join back in when you're ready. Try to keep your rest to as minimum as little as possible. So what you need to recover, but not too long that we lose the effect of the exercises. So you want to recover and feel ready to go, but you don't want to be resting far too long that you don't sort of get that out of puff aerobic sort of feeling from the exercises. Okay, so hands on the outside of the knee, off we go. Push, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and together. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and back. Push. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back together. Lovely. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back in. Really nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back in. Last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And relax. Fantastic. Moving straight into those side stepping. Okay. If you need to as well, grab yourself a drink, have a little pause, come back as soon as you feel ready. We are going to go into 45 seconds of side steps. Okay, we're going to go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, side stepping. If you want it, you can add those punches. Alternate arms, arms together, or you can just do your unaffected side. Lovely. Really nice, everybody. Remember, you're just keeping your body moving. Lovely. 13 seconds left. Really good. 2, 1, and stop there. Fantastic. Next one, we're going back into our leg straightening. Okay. So option, if you have some movement in your affected leg, then I'll get you just to try and work on that affected side. Or you can pick to work on your unaffected side and do a little bit on each, up to you. I'll tell you when we're about halfway. Okay? So we're ready, sitting nice and tall in your chair. We are squeezing that thigh, straightening and down. Remember, we're squeezing and lifting if we can, or we are just sliding that leg forward and back, assisting the movement as you need. Really focusing on using that thigh muscle to straighten that leg out. Good. So if you're wanting to change sides, you can do now. So I'm going to say working on this one side, so squeeze that thigh, pull back in, squeeze and pull. Really nice. Pull it back in. Let's try and do one more here. And pull it back. Fantastic. Okay, marching. We're nearly there. 2 more exercises. So we're going to be going into our marching. So again, get yourself a drink. If you need a bit more rest, then please pause the video. Come back when you're ready. Okay, off we go in 3, 2, 1, marching. Really nice. Lovely, guys. Moving as much as you can. Try and stay moving for this 45 seconds. So pick a pace that you can sustain. Lovely. Really nice. I think you got 10 seconds. We're almost there. One more exercise and then we are done. 2, 1, and rest. Lovely. Last exercise is that hamstring curl. So again, I want you to focus on your affected side if you have some movement there. If you don't have any movement there, you can focus on your unaffected leg or a bit of both again, okay? So again, if you want, you can put a plastic bag underneath your foot, okay? We are thinking about bringing and sliding that heel back underneath us, squeezing that thigh muscle at the back, and then back forward. Okay, 45 seconds, off we go. Nice posture. Pull back in, squeeze that thigh muscle at the back, and back forward. Pull that leg back, squeeze your thigh muscle, and back. Remember, if you don't get very far, that's fine. Just move with whatever energy you have. Just try and squeeze that little bit of extra movement out if you can. Lovely. Really nice, guys. You're over halfway, so if you want to move to the other side, you can do. Slide that leg back and forward. Good. And again, slide that leg back. Really squeeze that muscle. We've got time for one more. Squeeze and slide. And relax. Lovely, well done. Give yourselves a pat on the back. We are going to now go into a short cool down. That was an intense circuit, not much time for rest with that, but it's a really nice way to get your physical activity levels up. It's a good way to get that aerobic fitness up as well, okay? So that continuous movement at a pace that you can sustain is really good for our cardiovascular health. Okay, so we are going to sit towards the edge of your chair if you can. We're going to straighten one leg out in front, okay? The other leg is bent, okay? You're just sitting to where you feel comfortable. If this is really tricky for you and you struggle to sit towards the front of your chair, you could have your leg rested on another chair in front or a footrest, okay? So that you get that knee nice and straight. We are then sitting tall and we're just trying to sit forward if we can, keeping that back straight. Keep your head up, keep your chest up. Just feel a bit of a stretch down the back of that front leg, okay? Hold that there.
Really nice. Take a nice big breath. Lovely. Okay, and let's slide that leg back. Other leg forward. Nice straight leg or on a footrest. Sit nice and tall. Hinge forward from your hip. Fantastic. Sit nice and tall. That's lovely. Tummy drawn in, chest up, head up. Feel that stretch down the back of your leg. Oh, nice big breath. Lovely work. Lovely. Okay, we're going to do a stretch for our hip muscles now. If you have had a hip replacement, okay, please be careful with this exercise. Do not do it if you've had it recently or if you struggle with any weakness and instability around your hip, okay? We're going to try and cross our legs over if you can, okay? So you're going to sit nice and tall. If you can get your leg up there or if you can get your leg across, fantastic. If you can't, you could just work here, okay? Anything if you can try and get a little bit of a stretch in that hip. Okay, we're going to sit tall, and if you can, we're going to hinge forward here. So you should feel quite a stretch deeply in your hip. Okay, so again, if you've got any hip issues or you've had a hip replacement in the past, please don't do this one. Lovely. Okay, we're going to change legs now. Opposite leg cross, so remember you can cross if you can get your leg crossed here. Okay, sitting nice and tall, and we're going to lean forward to get that stretch deep in that hip muscle there. Really nice. Good. Lovely. And up. Okay. Give everything a good little shake out. If you want to continue and do some more stretches, then please feel free. Okay, you could do a stretch for your calf muscles here. So sliding your foot back underneath you, leaning your weight through that leg to get a bit of a stretch down the back of that calf muscle just above your ankle. Okay, holding for about 15 to 30 seconds each side. So that would be a nice one to do. But I'll run over quite a lot, so we're going to finish here. So I hope you've enjoyed today's class. The next 3 sessions are going to be continuing to work on endurance, but switching through. We're going to be doing some upper body focus next week, and then we're going to move on to different parts of the body for the following couple of weeks. So please, I always welcome any feedback, so please feel free to leave any comments or feedback below. If there's anything you'd like to see, then again, please either leave a comment or send a message to the Different Strokes Charity Facebook page. Remember, there are loads of other classes on the Different Strokes UK YouTube page and the Different Strokes Charity Facebook group. So please check them out. To get the most out of these classes, we would recommend trying to do at least another 2 classes this week. But the more you do, the better, okay? Trying to keep active and build up to that 150 minutes of activity in your week for really optimal health and wellness. Okay, so again, thank you again for joining me. I hope you all have a lovely week. Take care, and I will see you all next week. Bye.